Good evening and welcome to the Lakeville Park Commission meeting on Thursday, February 13th at the Council on Aging. Is there anyone here other than LakeCAM recording the meeting? No. Peter, announcements.
Good evening.
Good evening.
No, the only, just to let you know, I notified Coach Rigg that they have the field from 1 o'clock onward on Saturdays.
I talked to Saka last night and
So he's good with that and glad to be able to move forward and advertise it, so.
Will we see him on Saturday?
That's a good question.
Okay.
I don't think he needs to be there. But, of course, he's invited. Okay. Review and approve minutes of January 23rd, 2025. Anyone see anything? Sorry, I didn't get a chance to look at them.
On item number 3, I asked Kevin if anything had changed from the last time we approved it. And he said no, but I don't see that in here. I think that's important for it to be in there.
Okay.
And number 4, on motions, item number 4, motions 1 and 2, Mike doesn't have a roll call vote. Also important to be in there.
Take this off.
So on the first one, he abstained, and the second one, he said yes.
Okay, I'm sorry, I was just writing a note on it.
That's okay.
On item what?
Number 4,
Yep,
the first motion, Mike abstained.
okay.
And on the second one, he voted yes, if I remember correctly. Mike, is that?
Yep.
Okay.
That was all.
Great, thank you. Appreciate it. Anyone want to make a motion to review and approve minutes of January 23rd, 2025?
Second.
I'll make the motion to approve minutes of January.
Okay, all in favor?
Aye.
Great. Okay, we're gonna go 5 up to 3. We're gonna review budget report for year-to-date 2025. Peter? Everybody get a chance to look at this? I'll have some things to put in, but. Okay. Anybody have any questions? Okay, just a couple things we need to think about. One is we're getting billed back 4K for Loon Pond, and the estimate for the telephone poles is, I'm gonna put it to high 12K
At John Pond Park?
at John Pond Park. So we need to figure out, not today, where do you think we want to put it? And do we want to use 4K? I'm sure it can fit in repairs and maintenance, but I don't know, because looking it up to
Didn't you
date,
say 12,000
12,000 for the poles.
for 3 poles?
3 poles, lights, new brackets for the other poles. Now, it could be 10.5, it could be 11. I talked to Paul, so I'm just putting it up just in case.
Okay.
So one of the options is obviously is the 21-210. So you need to think about that, one that we have. Or
What, 21,210?
that's that facility improvement thing that we have that we haven't touched. It's on the bottom of the back page.
The facility improvements?
Yeah.
That was the extra money?
Yes.
Yep.
So that's just an option too.
Might as
So-
well.
So when I get all that stuff, when they get it, then it's just something to think about.
When does he think those are coming out? Those are gonna go in?
March. But can I tell you, February is almost over.
Right.
It is almost over.
And the weather's
ground's
horrible.
gonna be really soggy then.
When Middleborough Gas and Electric feels it's safe, they'll put them in.
Yeah.
And
The
they,
softball says they hardly use it.
We really don't.
Super Bowl does.
I mean, like, they might have maybe
just a couple.
2 night games a year.
Right.
There's occasional, like, practice towards the end of practice. Sometimes they turn them on, but it's mostly blooper ball
Okay.
that uses them.
And when we had the last poles replaced, I said, aren't they just gonna fill up with water and do the same thing again? And they had put something around them. I don't know if it was a cement, wall, but are they gonna make sure that it doesn't happen again? Are they gonna put something around it?
Oh, yeah, I mean, they're gonna test it and make sure whatever it is, it's gonna be able to hold water and
Right,
wind and
'cause it's-
everything.
yeah.
But that's why we don't know quite the price. The problem is that the other poles have a wood bracket and we wanna replace it with metal because the wood's starting to, so there's these extra costs.
You're gonna replace
Where the lights
all of
attach?
them?
On all the whole three that we're replacing, we're gonna put in metal brackets if we
Okay.
can. And,
Are you gonna replace it on the others too if it's starting to rot?
we'll look at that, but it's not so much an issue that it's rotting, it's just while we're doing it down the road, you might as well do it right, that's all. So, yeah, so if we do it in April, we do it in April. 'Cause obviously, talking to softball, they said, Mike, whatever. We did have a talk about the dugout, not the dugout, the shed. And he gave me a figure of how much it would cost to replace.
Yeah, they got a couple quotes, yeah.
And I said, all right, we can't bring it up this month, we're too busy. And I'll bring it up at another meeting. You can feel free to come to the meeting and it'll be under discussion.
Okay.
I said, I'm not promise you we're gonna put in a penny, but I wanna understand your concerns and make sure everybody knows what they
To
are.
replace the whole shed or to fix it?
I thought it was to fix it.
It was but no, it was, for the roof, it was like $2,800, $3,000.
Right.
So, and it was just, we weren't splitting it, it's just we were gonna pay for it. So, that's where that stands. Okay,
But you didn't tell him we were gonna. Like, this isn't
No,
a
that's,
soccer net.
no,
We-
he means they're asking for
They're
parks
asking.
to completely pay for it.
and I said, bring it to the parks and we'll discuss it then, but I can't give you any promises on anything. And he said, no, I understand. He used the excuse that it happened on Parks property and so forth, so. Okay. Review and discuss on Park Commission budget for FY 2026. Everybody get a copy of that?
Did we do 2025?
I just brought it up and nobody had any questions.
The lodge fixed fee, does that include February?
I'll find out.
Thank you.
Doesn't matter really. We just,
Still a good number.
The lodge fixed fee, yes.
and it's 9,500 right now, and it goes up to 10 or 10.5?
10.5.
April 10.
10.
All right, I thought it was.
Our last one was $1,000 increases. I think this one's only 500 because I calculated first at 1,000. I'm like, that doesn't sound right. So
Got
yeah,
it.
thank you, Peter.
Got it.
And the gate fees for Clear Pond Park, I don't think we're gonna reach. I mean, not that it overly matters. The $3,900 gate fee because everybody's buying passes. Like we didn't do that last year. But maybe if we do plan like a big kickoff celebration, we can get more people in there. 100 people would pay for 100 adults.
That would obviously mean June you're talking about.
Yeah.
Okay.
The only other thing that I've been tossing this back and forth for a little while is the indirect charges. The town has said that we're getting a bargain at $5,700 for our indirect charges.
Yes.
What if we offset the indirect charges by the amount of money we lose by them giving free room fees at Loon Pond Lodge? It's like $2,000 at least.
So, okay. So you're talking, the indirect charges for the labor we use at town hall,
Yes.
5,000, whatever. Your thought is to take the
deduct the money that we lose by them giving away our room fees.
No, that's not a fight you want to get into.
No?
Because I just got an email with the list of what indirect charges would be if they charged us fully.
Okay.
Like it was $93,000.
Yeah, send that over, because I don't believe that for one
Yeah,
thing.
no.
Send
It's got
that
a
with all
formula,
the-
whatever, and Frank's wages and everyone's raises. So I don't want to open up that. But that's a good idea.
Okay.
Anything else?
No, it's all.
Okay. 2026. I want to ask you this since you authored the last budget. Where do you think, if everything goes the way it is, where do you think we're going to wind up at
What do
the
you
end of the
mean?
year?
At the end of this year?
Yeah.
I think we're gonna be even. I think we're gonna be fine. Why? Do you think no?
Oh, no. I'm just thinking for retained earnings the following year. I mean, do you think we're just going to stay flat? I mean, last year we had a pretty good retained earnings right now.
Yeah.
So I was just considering with the new Loon Pond, I thought it would be even higher.
Right, so last year, we had the new contract, so we didn't know, like, fixed fee and all that things. In the year before, we didn't have Loon Pond's contract. So it's new coming in, so
Right.
we don't really.
We don't really know.
We don't really know.
Okay. Well, we will after this year. 'Cause it'll be in a
We have to
full year.
think, like, we're very close on the room fees for this year, and we got May and June, and April, May and June for weddings, so
Mm-hmm.
I see that coming out fine.
Okay.
Wasn't this bottle revenue going away?
We still get that.
I thought they took away the bins or something.
No,
We
they
got new bins,
got new
Oh, okay.
bins, yeah.
because they were gross
They're not an enterprise fund anymore, but we still get the
donations.
donations.
It has gone down though, so I noticed when you did the budget this year, you had it like bottle revenue. We had budgeted 3,000 this year, you had it down to 25 last year, and I don't remember what we made
Where are you now, Melissa, please?
Talking
on the
about
bottle revenue.
Yeah, on the 26 or the 20?
Yeah.
Okay.
But I don't think that we were even close, we made $2,400 this year,
Okay.
and
that's
we
a
only
good
have one
point.
more collection. So you might wanna drop that down a little.
Okay. So just so you know, so I've been working with Andrew as far as capital goes. And working with Michael as far as what we're doing, because obviously there's probably gonna be some changes according from their budget to our budget, so I just wanted to see where that stands. He did get a draft today, he said it looks solid.
Are we on the next item?
Well, we're on 2026, we already started that. He said everything looks good, but I want to show you in this budget what we've had to change. If you go to income, and you drop down to, oh, Peter, is this the new one? Hold on, I'm sorry. Be with you in 1 second. Here we go. So, you're gonna look at, the 17.5 was always transfers from the general fund, Carrie, which is the town's general fund. Okay? Where 99.999% not gonna get it. So, so what we've had to do, if we want to keep, depending on what's happening with our budget and stuff, obviously we want to not cut hours at Loon Pond, we would have to take that 17.5 from retained earnings from this year. 45, 17.5, so we would definitely have to take it out of this year. Part of the reason, I think, is their budget. I don't know if it's an enterprise fund thing, but But they see that we have this extra money, and why should they be giving us money for something we can pay for out of our budget? So we're taking the transfers from the general fund will be empty. The other source retained earnings will be the 17.5 plus the 15, right? That we discussed, plus the 15, which we're looking for a capital project to replace the roof. So being that, that would be 32,500. That would leave us with a balance of $12,703 up until September, when we know after the audit how much money we've made this year.
I wouldn't do that. If we can't come up somewhere else to do the 17.5, that's not something we always had. We cut hours at Clear Pond, we pull it from somewhere else. I would not take that out of our retained earnings.
Well, that's, we will discuss that at the last meeting. I understand. Where did we used to get it before?
Passes, it used to be open to everybody. The only reason we got that 17.5 is because the select board didn't want us inviting out-of-town residents
That was
in.
Rich.
So it's not, Rich doesn't make those decisions on his own. He has a committee and it has
No,
to be
yeah.
majority,
But it was
so you
three
can't
of
just
them,
blame him.
so.
Yeah, so if we have to open it up more, we open it up more. If we have to close it for one day a week, if we have to close in a couple hours early, we should not take that money out of retained earnings.
Good, but listen, I'm just showing how we can pay for it if we
Yeah.
don't get it, that's all. I wanted to put that in there.
Yeah.
Um,
Oh, I have it on my thing. I wouldn't count on this, the 17.5.
Yeah, you're smart.
So do you, sorry.
Go ahead.
Do you have like, I don't know, because I never went to Clear Pond growing up. Like, do you have like theme days or something? Like,
They do.
Is there like a movie at the lake?
He does movie nights. I don't know. I know you talked to him, Michael. Is he planning on doing everything he's did the past couple years this year too?
I'm sorry, who's this?
Doug.
We haven't talked to him.
So he did movie nights once a month. He did carnivals. He brings in DJs and they do dance parties and stuff like that. They do treasure hunts, things like that. So he does do that, and it made
Yeah, I would think that would make extra.
Clear Pond activity
We didn't put it
fees.
in, right? We just discussed
It
it.
made,
I'll show you.
I don't know what it made, $417 last
It.
year. Yeah.
Remember, I said raise 10.
So we need to work on
We
that.
didn't put that in
Oh,
this budget.
because
right?
the people that are coming there already have a seasonal pass.
No.
Okay,
Um,
all right.
For movie nights, they still have to pay, but for the weekend things and stuff, yeah. But we need to put it out there, and I think with Lacey's, as long as we get a calendar, like before the season opens of when everything's gonna be done, we can put it in the newsletter that Lacey does.
Yeah, you mentioned that before. I think
So it
that's a
goes
good
out to
idea.
everybody.
So, just so you know, two things is with the 17.5, we still lose what, 7?
Not this past year, we lost less, but the previous years, they put in 17.5 and we put in 17.5. So we lost $34,000, $35,000 at Clear Pond. The wages are,
Yeah.
because there has to be so many lifeguards, there has to be
Yeah.
dug, there has to be.
Yeah, we got rules we gotta follow.
Right.
I mean, obviously, I do agree with you that we need to open it up, but there's no reason, like, I was doing some stuff, like, the fees for resident adult could go up $2 to 10. The non-resident adult guest could go up from 10 to 12. I mean, those are little things that can help. Because it's not really a big boost, because I think it's a good thing. So what we need to do, we're looking at this budget, is think of ways that if we don't get to 17.5, what changes can we make up to make up that 17.5? What will we have to do? 2 days, 3 days, open up till close at 4? I don't know. Close on Mondays? 'Cause Monday's not really.
Monday's a good day if you're gonna
Well,
have a good day
Mondays
to close.
Monday, Wednesday, Tuesday, Thursday are swim lessons.
Monday, Wednesday, Tuesday, Thursday. And I guess Friday would be busy. So I don't know.
I would think.
We have to figure out increase in fees, and we got to figure out opening up to who? Who would you open up to? We're not doing New Bedford Fall River.
I would open it up to anybody who wants to buy a season pass. Like this year, we let Freetown and Middleborough buy season passes.
Yes.
I would, if somebody from New Bedford wants to buy a season pass, they can buy a season pass.
How much is a season pass?
$200.
feel like that's too cheap. No, sorry.
No, it was $110 for residents. So
Right.
it's still $110, I believe, for residents.
Yep.
So we decided to do $200 for non-residents, right, for this season pass. The amount of slack and backlash we got for that, everybody's saying how we ripping them off and all this
Really?
stuff. It was horrible. Horrible. Yeah.
I mean, for years I've taken it's different, it's not a pond, but I've taken my kids to the athletic club for the pool, and it's a lot more than that.
yeah.
And the pass includes immediate family members,
Well, it's up to 6 people in your household.
6
so-
people in your household. So when you divide that, that's pretty
Yeah. good.
good.
Yeah.
So,
It's the whole summer.
We thought so. 10 weeks, yeah, so it's $20 a week.
so Melissa, in your thought, say people in Fall River, New Bedford, or Acushnet, whatever, buy a season pass. Okay? So they can bring up to 6 guests too.
6 household members.
6 household
They
members.
have to, their names are on the pass.
Right,
So you can't just go out and find Tom, Dick, and Harry off the side of the road.
right. But they're not allowed to bring,
Currently, our pass holders can bring guests.
they have to pay for it.
They have to pay for them, the guest daily rate. So maybe we put a limit, you can bring 4 guests or 6 guests or,
Yeah, because it used to get a little rowdy back in the days we did that.
Right.
They do drinking and
hiding in the woods, and now we
Hiding
have
in
that
the
big
woods and-
walkway for them to.
Right.
So I don't know that I would open it flat up to everybody, but I mean, you
But I
gotta
think
do
if
what
you're
you gotta
buying
do.
a seasonal pass, you're kind of committed to it. You're not just going there to party one day.
Right.
Or
And I thought they were exaggerating. I really did. But after being there and watching the people from trying to come in with their big coolers and stuff, like it was crazy. We'd have like big groups of 20 people carrying each end of the coolers and
so what's going to happen is in March, we're going to have a joint meeting with the select board because they go over every department and we go over the budget. When we go over the budget, we're going to explain to them for Loon Pond that if we
Clear
don't
Pond.
get this Clear Pond, we don't get it, we're going to have to open up to other towns.
which is how it used to be. And then there were problems, and that's why they didn't want it anymore.
Police presence and stuff like that. Now, they may have a change of heart and say they don't want to do it, but from what I understand, it's not going in their budget this year.
No, it's a matter of enterprise fund. They're not happy with us.
and when is
so.
that big project going to be done? That's like
10 years.
What project?
The engineering
revamping
project.
of it.
Oh, yeah.
We started with it, we met with the engineer, and they've been asking questions that I've been fielding, so they're working on it.
Was Brittany on that thing with you?
She was the second person.
So she's no more, so you're just gonna do it, well, there will be new people on the board, commission,
crossed.
come April. So, that's up to you, if you think you need someone, I'm not gonna fight it, obviously.
Wait, do we have more people running now?
Yeah, we got 2 people who wanna get written in.
You're okay.
Nobody pulled papers.
Now, it's too late, so they're gonna be asked to be written in, so, I mean,
Terry's one of them, or no?
no. This is, so, right now, obviously, you're gonna stay?
As long as my schedule stays what it is, I can do it.
Okay, so we'll just say it works out.
Yeah.
So that leaves 3 people, so we'll have 2 openings.
Scott officially dropped off too.
No, Scott's
No,
gone.
that email was just him being,
Oh,
Scott
it was a
being
joke.
Scott, yeah.
If we change to the enterprise fund at 5 o'clock, at 9 o'clock tonight, he would resign, but that's not
I
happening.
think we all were, and they would get what they wanted,
Right.
so it would be fine.
So that's not gonna happen this year. So it leaves 2 people. And there are 2 people who are interested and willing to, so they gotta go down and see Lillian saying, hey, I'm gonna do this, and then they just gotta spread the word and so forth. So
Okay.
I'm confident it's gonna be a full thing, which is good.
Who are they? Can you tell us? No, more of your neighbors?
I was told by a select board person that they found 2 people, because they saw what was going on.
So the select board are picking park people?
I can't choose or what, who's running.
No. Let's check him. Bye.
Okay, as far as this budget also goes,
sorry, I had another idea.
Great.
For the porta potties, we don't have to have 2 porta potties. We just have to have an ADA accessible porta potty.
Yes.
So that would save us like almost half of the porta potty budget.
You're exactly right. We don't need a men or women, we just need one with a ramp.
Right. So instead of having 2 at Commissioners Field and 2 at John Pond Park, we only need 1 and the hand washing stations. So that's $200 a month for each place, so that's $400 a month. 10 months, that's $4,000. I know it's not 17.5, but
Any of your ideas, can you email to Peter so we can make adjustments before the final budget goes out?
I wrote them all on the side of my thing.
Okay. All right, so as far as capital things are going, Peter got a quote on a new roof for the office, which we need desperately. Peter, what was the final amount?
It was $9,800, plus an additional possible $4,000 if I needed to put new plywood on the roof.
Yeah.
So
Right.
basically 14,000. And then
Does that include prevailing wage?
I talked to them about that. It wasn't on the quote, but they understand that's going to be necessary and this was just to get a rough quote to get us started. So
Yeah,
this is-
that's what Paul said, because he said it was $7,500 without prevailing wage, 15 grand with
Right.
prevailing wage,
Yes.
so.
So,
So that's something we need to do. So
Right.
that's why we put in that figure. And then, I said, well, what else can we do? But we may have the money. I mean, I'd like to get a handicap ramp, but that's 20 grand.
Right.
Yeah,
So
right,
the roof is number one.
right.
So, the free cash, so there's 2 capital, there's 2 types of capital. One is retained earnings, which
Is
we-
ours.
Which is ours. And then there's free cash from the town. Okay, so the town generally gets 1.4 million. All the departments put in what they would like to get out of the free cash.
Yeah.
Some will put in 3 million, it doesn't matter, because we only approve so much. Most of it generally goes to the highway department, the police department, and the fire department. They're the ones who, whatever. So, from what I understand, everybody who's put their stuff in, there's still a good amount of money floating around.
Okay.
So what I'm doing is, for this free cash, is, and Melissa, if you want to do that with me Monday or Tuesday, I'm going to put in 4 fencing all around Clear Pond.
Okay.
All the way around, all new fence, all the way. We had people ice fishing out there the other day. And Melissa knows better than it. It's leaning, it's horrible, you can do whatever you want. So I would like to fence that in and use the free cash money, because we've already spent 400 grand for the water to get in there. We're eventually gonna spend more money in there, but I think for security purposes, we need to put a new fence in there. Any thoughts?
I don't disagree,
No, I
but my
agree.
only question would be when this 10-year new project, is like the fence gonna be in the same place?
Yeah, and it's because it's around the perimeter.
Oh, it's the same where it is
Yeah,
now.
okay.
It's along the road
Okay.
and all the way around, but, we have to make it as less accessible as we can.
Yeah.
And I'm not comfortable with people ice fishing, but you can't stop them. There's a
Right.
million ways you can get in that park. You just
You can drive right in.
jump over the snow fence. Yeah, you can drive right in. So, do you want to walk around with me with
Measure it. Sure.
Milady, Monday or Tuesday?
Yep.
He's going to call me Monday morning, because you may have better ideas too. So I think that's a great thing to do for free cash.
He's already been out there, because when Paula, we.
Yeah, but he only did 79.
Right,
He didn't do Clear Pond.
right. Yep.
Okay, great ideas. Okay, next on the agenda. Review and possible vote to approve 2025 job descriptions for Clear Pond Park. Okay. Peter, you want to go through
there's
those?
4 of them there you should have in your packet. The first one is for the director, then there's 2 for the lifeguards. One of them is lifeguard, just a regular lifeguard, the other one is lifeguard water safety instructor, and then there's finally a description for the attendants.
These are the same ones from last year. We didn't change
Basically,
anything.
yeah, Lacey, I asked review them, make sure everything looked good. Obviously, she hasn't put in the wages. She needs to clarify what those are going to be. But other than that, they're ready.
Well, we're just concerned about we're just concerned about the job description now. The wages, we're not,
Right.
we don't need that now.
Right, she'll put those in.
Obviously, we need to change the posting dates and the closing dates.
Yep.
Right.
And so it kind of, you're talking about reduced hours for the park potentially. This states that it's gonna be 40 hours.
But yeah, that's the thing, we don't, that's one
But
of the
his would
things.
still be 40 hours because even if we closed it it's open 8 hours a day for 7 days a week, so that's 56 hours, so.
Okay.
Or
you
we
would
could
be
have one
fine.
less lifeguard or something.
Right.
Well, you can't, you have to have 2 to 3.
No, I'm talking full-time, but either way, you're right, we can correct it.
So
Did,
for Doug, that 40 hours is fine, because he works
Okay.
60 hours a week and
Yeah.
doesn't get paid, so. I'm sure he would be happy with the extra time off.
Curious to see how many people are coming back this year
Coming back for lifeguards,
from last year.
most of them, I would think. They've been there for a few years.
Yeah, it's true. Well, I don't know if anyone's graduated from anywhere and doing
We've had some
college.
graduate and they still come back. And they work part-time on the weekends. Everybody loves working for Doug.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, are we voting on this?
We're gonna vote on each one individually or just,
I think you could do all of them at once if you're.
Okay.
okay, hold on.
Do we need a, 2 lifeguard ones for the water safety person and the non-water safety person? Because it says like 50-cent differential for WSI on both of them. I mean, I don't care.
I don't mind why we don't, just because if it's headed that way, if it's a header that way.
Is there a question? I have a question.
Sure.
Is there like an age limit on quarries? Like you don't need one under 18 or something?
No, I think they all have to have them. I thought
Or
it was
does it say
18 as
that
well.
in the
We've been
lifeguard
through
one?
this, and they do drug tests, and they all, if you're under 18, you have to have a work permit.
Right.
Does-
I think they gotta get their
in here?
parents' permission,
And their
If they're
guidance
under-
counselor at school.
yes. So they have to get permissions at the age of under 16, is it? Is that what we thought?
It is 16, yeah.
Yeah.
It just doesn't say anything about the quarry. Unless I'm missing it.
No, I know we've been through this before, so we can ask Lacey, but
I think that's just a part of their shooting them
I
some.
think it falls under the work permit.
Yeah, here it is. Proof of certifications, oral interview and reference check, core evaluation, and drug test required.
Oh, it is there. Sorry, I
Yeah,
missed
under
it.
experience and training.
Is it on both of them? Yep.
Perfect. All right, anyone want to make a motion to approve the 2025 job description?
We have
for
one
clear
more,
person?
the attendant.
Oh, I thought we were,
So Lacey hasn't come back with the, pay scale for these?
She
nope,
did not.
nope, not yet. I don't think she can until the budget gets approved.
Yeah, but, I mean,
They
she
have to be at least minimum wage.
still puts
right?
the payroll.
No, but, no, our rates are good. They're above.
We pay
minimum wage.
$18
So they're doing pretty
for
well.
lifeguards plus their 3% raise.
But the job descriptions I want to work on, and then she can put in the wages.
The only question I had, right, so when Doug's not there, because we just went over, he works 40 to 60 hours, so when he's not there, do we need a sub-director, somebody in charge when he's not there?
We need a
Or is
manager.
it just a lifeguard, head lifeguard?
Senior, yeah, I would say the head lifeguard. They can't, put it this way, I don't think they should be gone at the same time, but it could be,
The director and the head lifeguard.
right.
Do we have, the head lifeguard, we just pick him,
We just what?
pick him,
That would be up to him.
Doug?
Yeah, Doug knows. And like you said, they've been there a long time.
Yeah.
They all know what to do.
Yep. All right, I motion to accept the 4 job posting applications for Clear Pond Park for 2025 season.
Second.
Okay, all approved?
Aye.
Ayes have it. Aye, meaning 2. So, talking to Peter, you know that credit card thing is not gonna happen there.
What?
So,
Why? We just put it in.
Isn't working?
because we have to put in our social security number to get it, the town doesn't do that.
Andrew wasn't doing that? How do we have a Home Depot credit card?
Peter, you talked to them about the credit card machine, right?
I was talking with
Because that's what happened to
the
Scott.
treasurer about it.
Right.
And she,
I'm sorry, you were talking to who about it?
the treasurer.
Michael?
Erica?
Erica.
about it, yeah. Oh, no, I have to think back to the conversation and figure out
Take your time.
what we talked about. But, yeah, first of all, to get the account, first of all, there's quite a number of charges involved, quite a number of fees. It's not cheap.
Right.
First of all, there's a setup fee, there's all kinds of fees that go along with
Rent the
this,
machine.
as well as fees per
Transaction.
transaction.
Yep.
So we were talking about it, and if you're talking about, so the question is whether or not you're gonna take a hit on revenue, you know, because of that. Because you're only gonna have it there for 2 months.
Right.
So, and then there's the issue that somebody has to put their social security number in with that.
But income tax purposes, yeah.
Right, so, and, you know, who's gonna do that? I
Yeah,
don't know.
nobody.
So, yeah. So, again, no, it's up to the commission what you want to do, if you want to pursue that, but
Right.
it's
Well, if
not.
one family gets turned away because they don't have cash and they could have paid by credit card, that would probably, like, one family's $26, 2 adults and 2 kids, that would probably offset your charges for most of the year, because I think it's like 3% you pay. But that's something to look into.
Something that could.
Do we take checks?
What
I mean,
is
people
our
can just
right
go
now,
down the.
they do check
People can
or-
go down the street.
To an ATM?
To Star, and there's an ATM there. You know, it's half a mile down.
Yep. Yeah, you're right.
I would never go to a park like that and not bring cash.
You'd be surprised.
No, I'm saying,
It is
It
a different
happens.
world where like
Yeah.
everyone's check
Debit
gets
cards.
automatically deposited. Like
Right, yeah, nobody,
It's yeah.
My kids
a lot of
don't have
people
cash
don't
ever.
Ever have cash.
I never have cash.
I always have
We don't
cash.
have like a bank account, right? We can't use Venmo,
No.
No, same thing, right? Somebody's gotta,
right?
So let me ask you this question. When people pay for their passes online, that's through the town's
Yep,
credit
website.
card that goes to their
it's
account?
the same thing like when you do your burning permit, it goes
Right,
through.
it goes through
same,
them
and there's a
and
fee.
then
Buy
whatever.
a daily pass online and like print it out and bring it.
We didn't do passes, daily passes online, just a season pass online.
Right. I'm just
Right.
asking if you could have that option
But a good,
for the people that
Maybe,
only have credit cards.
but could, what do you think about people photocopying them? Like, how do you know that it's the,
Like you'd have to like it'd have to print the date and on it and it'd
Or
have to have your
barcode.
name or something that you
yeah,
show
would have to
with
put
your
a name,
ID.
and then you get to, can I see your name?
yeah, so we can work on that.
Because maybe people could say,
It's a
I
lot.
Yeah.
don't want to pass, but I'll go 4 times. And then if
Right.
they go through there, they don't have to worry.
Right.
Right.
We just see how that would be set up. Good idea. Okay, next on the agenda, we have review and possible vote on application for field court time for FAA. Peter?
Is that one in here?
That one is
Yeah.
not complete, so we can
I didn't
skip
see
that
it.
one.
Okay.
Just go to number
Next.
7 for the.
Freetown Lakeville Men's Softball League. That's the usual Sunday guys and Dave Sloots. They've been here forever. Carrie? Never an issue. One thing though.
So I do have a question on this. Oh, first of all, just to let you know, I put, there, certificate of insurance needs to be updated. but that's
Yep, normal.
independent of being approved, but that's, they'll get that done. You'll notice that, I forget what we've done in the past, I think, but they checked 2 seasons, season 1 and season 2. And they're playing from April through September. Do we charge them 2 seasons? I don't think we have.
I don't think so.
Oh, that just missed.
I would just charge them 1 season.
That new figure, 25, that's what we voted on? Okay.
Can you look and see what they paid last year? And that'll tell you if they paid 1 season or 2 seasons, right?
I'm
I think
pretty
they only paid
sure it's
one.
just one.
Because they only play once a week and it's 5 months.
Yeah. Yeah, it's just once a week.
If they could not dump their kids on the playground when they play softball, though, I would appreciate that.
All right, anyone want to make a motion to approve the Lakeville Men's Softball League for 2025?
I motion to approve the Lakeville men's softball application for Field 1, Sundays, 2025.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Motion passes. Next. We're going to review and possible vote on application for field time for Freetown Lakeville Women's Soccer. Same as last year, I'm surprised, it's 3 fields. 3 fields, yeah, 3 fields. They need 3 fields because they have 3 teams, but 2 of them are up in the Ted Williams fields and 1 is down in Commissioner's Field.
So that worked out okay for them last year?
They were
That's what
very happy, very happy. So that's good news. Any questions?
So 2 fields are gonna be in the
Yeah,
Ted
2
Williams and
2
1 at Commissioners?
Yeah, 2 at Ted and 1 at Commissioners.
And they're still Sunday,
Sunday, same time.
Sundays.
Yeah. Anyone want to make a motion?
I motion to accept Freetown Lakeville Women's Soccer for Sunday afternoons from 12 to dusk, from April to June 2025.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Ayes have it. Okay, oh, the old new business? Okay. Old new business, there are a few things. Peter, do we have an old business to talk about? Do you remember? Or is it just new?
Nothing at all.
All right, the first new business is, we received a resignation letter from Parks Commissioner Brittany Lepori. Dear Parks Commission Chair, I hereby resign as Parks Commissioner for the town of Lakeville due to several personal reasons. I am no longer able to serve the community in this capacity. Obviously, this is going to be sorely missed. The CPC's got to know that they're going to have a hold because it's got to be a Parks rep. And I told Brittany to send this to the select board so that we can go.
She's gonna put it to the clerk.
Yeah,
Wait, so CPC also needs a park rep?
that's who we are, yeah.
You wanna do that?
When is their meeting? When-
Oh, you're too busy.
Yeah, I can't do both.
Because you're doing softball still. You're
That's
doing
right.
this.
One
Yeah.
of the select board reps can go to the CPC.
Plus, you're going to pick up maybe a group to monitor during the season, be the
So I think the
liaison.
are you still working on the camera thing?
Yes.
That's probably gonna take a
That
lot.
should have been old business.
There you go. Go ahead.
Yeah, well,
These people are not very,
you saw the email.
we got an email finally.
Yeah, we got an email saying, I'm sorry, the flu, but it's been 3 months. That's the longest I've
It's
seen.
flu. This is the new pandemic.
It lasted longer than COVID, this flu they had.
Yeah.
So they're going to get us
Hopefully
something.
they didn't forget about us and they said they'd get us something by the end of this week.
And yeah,
Well, that's good.
I called them once a
We'll
week.
see.
They must have a small office.
Maybe you were their flu. Can't shake him.
You got that right.
Maybe.
Okay, so this is something that kept me busy today. So I got a call from Jeff Smith. Jeff Smith is the guy who runs the Tri-Fest, our big
Okay.
event.
Yeah.
Okay. And I go, hey, how are you doing? And how are things? I hope things are going well. Look forward to seeing you. And then he goes, oh, being you're saying that, I guess you don't know what's going on. And I'm going, oh, okay. So he goes, let me send you this email and we can discuss it. So he got an email from, is it Tim
Yep,
Malinowski?
yeah.
Okay.
Close enough.
Thanks. Hello, Jeff. Sorry to be the bearer of bad news, but Loon Pond Lodge and the Ted Williams Camp will not be able to host the Tri-Fest event this year. We have transformed the property into a full-service wedding venue, and the weekend dates are far too valuable. So, first thing I said to him, you're booked, you signed a contract, do not worry about it. Okay, we will deal with this. The immediate thing that I was upset about is that the letter intimated that we at Ted Williams Camp decide this. We are not, we are the commission. That would have to come
Right.
from us. So I got that this morning. I went to the office and so happened that Tim was over there. So
Sorry, he's the person that runs.
he owns
owns it.
He owns it.
Okay.
Nice guy, nice guy. So I said, Tim, what's going on here? I said, I got the guy, he's pretty upset. What is up with this? Because we don't know anything about this. And he said that, that this thing will affect their wedding business. I said, well, do you have anything booked? And he goes, no. I said, you understand this is on a Sunday? He goes, yes. But he goes, I can't sell a wedding when there's porta potties and railings. You gotta see it, tents and everything out there.
Yeah.
It's not on the Loon Pond property, but it's across the street.
Right.
And they book Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. The race is only on Sunday, but they sell tickets on Friday and set up, and they set up on Saturday.
So-
So it's an all weekend thing, so I get their frustration.
But-
Go ahead.
Yes, but, and we both agreed, if he wanted to do bridal showers, corporate outings, whatever, they don't care about this. And I said, well, okay, but I'm sorry if you were concerned about this, then maybe you should have brought it up and put it in the previous contract, because we love to work with you, and this has been a past precedent, and you've been doing the food for it. And he goes, I don't make any money, it's not worth it. So, and then I said, well, what are you looking for out of this? Because I'm telling you now, they're gonna come. We have a contract, you can't break that contract. If you feel that you're gonna lose weddings, then put something else there. So what he wants to do, and I said, I'm gonna bring it up tonight, but we're not gonna vote on it, because he wanted to go see the town manager. I said, you're wasting your time, he's gonna send it back here. He wants to deduct $2,000 off his August rent for us to do
For
this.
one weekend?
For this, which is mind-boggling to me, because it's a $4,500 event, and we're gonna cut it in half because he can't book anything? That doesn't, just for me, and we're not voting, that's not gonna fly. There's nothing legally that we have to do on that. We can't go against this person's contract. It's our biggest revenue profit thing of the year. We're not using Loon Pond property, not using the building, and he doesn't even have anything booked yet. So
But it's August. If it was open, it would book.
But, so his concern is parking, or his concern is
No,
like the
just-
aesthetics of everything?
just the aesthetics. He said, you know, if I get showers and events, that's not gonna affect it, but no bride's gonna wanna come, and I truly understand that. But there's nothing we can do now, because we have a signed contract.
Well, and haven't you been having the Tri-Fest for years and years?
Right, but we can, did we talk to Jeff and sit down and see if we can find, change the angles and find other areas? Like, we don't have to put the porta potties.
It's not the porta potties, it's, you see how everything is set up, with the tents and the railings and stuff like that. And he said, the porta potties is a very small portion of it. He just think the aesthetics, if they want to take pictures and,
But they don't take pictures there, they take pictures out back.
yeah, but whatever, it's just the aesthetics of it. And so, you know, we have a contract we can abide by. I said, you know, and see, his point is that and I understand, he's paying rent now for the first time.
How much is the rent by month?
Should be 10,000.
So it's 10,000.
So
But,
it's one weekend out of the month and he wants,
well, no, but here's the issue is, he wouldn't have cared last year because he didn't have to pay rent. Okay, and we gave him a portion of food and beverage. He would have just said, go do it, I don't care. But now, to him, he's got lost
Lost
revenue, but still paying for the rent, which, that's our contract. I can't do anything about it. I can't. And that's $2,000 that we cannot afford to take out of our budget. We are slim. So, so anyway, that's where it stands. I told him it would be on the next agenda. We will discuss it. I invited him to see if he wanted to come. That's great. I said, I think it's best that before the meetings and stuff, I think you should really deal with Melissa on this. She's your rep. I said, I'll tell Melissa about it and the Parks Commission. But he was just going to go to the town manager, which would have been a waste of time. So anyway, that's where it stands. You guys can think about it. If you have any questions, but I know what Scott's thinking, but that's where it is. So right now, we're not doing anything. Jeff is still happening, so I'm not going to worry. Dates for next meeting. The next meeting is,
The 15th at the police station. Did, I got a
I'm sorry,
message
you're
from
right.
Horseshoes today. Did we invite them to the thing? Did we invite everybody to the police station?
it's 9 AM, right?
Yep, 9 to 10, I think it said.
yeah, Scott's got to leave at 10. Okay, so the meeting after that is what? The
27th?
All right, so the 27th is going to be a virtual meeting, at which time we'll vote on the budget and see whatever other things that we can get out of the way. What else? If you have any ideas you want to put on the agenda for that meeting, it's going to be a lot easier to meet at home than it is here, for me. And then we'll just go from there, because there is stuff coming up.
Have we done the March meetings yet?
No.
I booked them for the 2nd and 4th Thursdays at COA going forward.
Second and fourth Thursdays of the Council on Aging going forward till
Forever.
ever?
And
The end of
until we
time.
decide otherwise.
Okay.
Good, I
And
like
is
it.
it 6:30, Carrie? Do you want to just keep us updated on what time works for you?
We'll do it at 6:30. If you have an issue and you know ahead of time, say, I can't make it to 6:45, then it's easy to,
Okay.
if you know, like the Monday before the
Right.
meeting, then we can change it.
Okay.
I know Scott is till March 15th. He is
Yeah, it's tax season. Yeah.
crazy right now.
And then the
so-
election is in April, right? Is it like April 4th?
Yeah, it's the first
So that'll be here
Tuesday.
before you know it.
Yeah. I have 3 more meetings. So, all right, good. This was a fast meeting, am I wrong or right?
No, it wasn't very much, and it wasn't controversial. So.
Wasn't controversial, everyone came up with some great ideas, I appreciate it. Any ideas, please come to Peter about the budget, capital, any of all that, Clear Pond. Okay, anyone want to,
Motion to adjourn? Yes, I do. Motion to adjourn at 7:25 on February 13th.
Second.
all in favor?
Aye.
Thanks guys for coming, I appreciate it.